Sam, well batted last week, an incredible century. Didn't get to speak to you then, but it was a good start for yourself and Rocky out there. 33 put on for the first wicket, then both you falling in a couple of deliveries, but looked so you just started to spice up a little bit with the cloud cover that blew in at that point.
Yeah, there was a little bit there. I think, it seems a decent wicket, but obviously batting for, an hour before tea there, and tricky, so like 40 overs. It's always a little bit tricky in a way, but I thought we did a really good job there. So Higo was outstanding, well supported by Simo and Eski until he copped a bit of a knock on the head, but I think he's all right. So overall, really, really good day.
Any given match, you win the toss and bat first, you're always going to gamble losing 2 or 3 to that new ball, especially this time of year, and especially on a pitch where it's probably been sweating a bit under those covers after all that morning rain. Yeah,
perhaps. As I said, I think at the end of the day, we've just got to try and play well this week, and we need to try and win. So, it's a great start, and if we can hopefully keep it up in the morning, get a big score, and then go from there.
Looks like it settled down a bit more, not to hit down on the performance of Higgins and Simpson, but it looks like it's settled a bit. It looks as though the decision to bat first and try and go big, the justification's there for it.
Yeah, I think just new ball, obviously, as you said, the new ball's always a bit tricky. You've got to do the hard yards. Sometimes a couple of blokes will get out, which happened this evening, but overall, it seems a good surface, and the guys batted really well. So, hopefully we can continue on.
What was the feeling on that surface? You had a fair chunk of a bat a bit at the start. Like I say, it seems to be coming off quite nicely for the pair of you at the beginning. Pace-wise, dryness, what's it like?
Yeah, it seems a decent wicket. Obviously, it's early stages at the moment, but it seems a decent wicket. So, as I said, it's pretty simple really. We've obviously, batting first, hopefully we can get a big score, and if it breaks up a little bit as the game goes on, that'd be ideal for us. But first things first, get a good score in the first innings, and then bowl well in the first dig ourselves.
Slightly slower, some have said, for a Trent Bridge surface than usual. Was that movement that was there earlier on, was it through the air, off the surface? A bit of both? Yeah,
maybe a little bit slower. I think it's a use. I think they played the ODI on it last week, plays well.
Any eyes on what's happening at Canterbury? Lancashire had a pretty good start today. Well, they had a bad start, but they recovered well.
Yeah, I think I'd be kidding you guys if we weren't keeping half an eye on it. I think, at the end of the day, our plan is to try and win the game, and we'll obviously assess things as the week goes on. You keep an eye on things there, and if things are different or whatever, or the way results have gone mean that we can play slightly differently on day 3 or 4 or whatever, then obviously you just take that into account there and then. But this early in the week, I don't think there's any need to be analysing things too closely yet.
It's a strange situation though, isn't it? Because day 2 you'd actually be thinking, right, okay, there's no need to force at this stage, just don't get in trouble, which I'm sure is exactly what Kent will be thinking down at Canterbury as well. Just bat long, and then we might come to a situation, as you say, on day 3 and 4 where either here or Canterbury forcing the game then becomes an issue.
Yeah, maybe. I think like 4-day cricket, you just, the right way to play is to try and get a big score in the first innings. We're batting first here, so that'll be our plan. And I don't think we'll be changing anything too much. As you said, on the 3rd and 4th day, we'll assess if it's a scenario where you can, change your plan slightly. We will do, but up until then, we'll just be playing normally.
Last couple of thoughts, mainly on yourself. Leading run scorer this year, got that second century carrying the bat last week. It was an incredible performance against Warwickshire, and you probably would like to have averaged a little bit more, but it's been a tough season for the Bats, hasn't it? You're looking to end it on a high, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's been some tough periods for all of us, but it's been tricky at times. Batting at Lords, particularly early in the year, was difficult. So it's just a case of when you get in, you've got to try and make it count. And I think particularly batting at the top of the order, I always try and put an emphasis on that. And when your time is there to try and when you've done the hard yards and a big score's there for the taking, and if the team requires something like last week or whatever, you try and get stuck in and try and do it. So it's been pleasing the last couple of weeks, but hopefully if we can end well this week, it'd be good.